Hi Tarot Tribe, it's Ethany and I have got this beautiful Mystical Shaman Oracle deck to be sharing with you today. I'm going to be unboxing it and giving you my first impressions of the deck and the book included. Now this is quite a big set. Let me look at next to my head. It's quite a big set, so which I quite like. This is by Hay House. It's a 64 card deck and guidebook. It's been out for a little while. Sometimes when I get sent things, this was sent to me by Hay House, full disclosure. It does take a long time for me to get the stuff from the UK. Now this is by Colette Baron-Reid, Marcela Lobos, and Alberto Villaoldo. I hope I said that right. Please don't hate me if I did your name wrong, Alberto. Now, the artwork on the back, I can just tell. I've seen this deck around on Instagram and Facebook and stuff, and I can tell I'm going to really adore it. I'm really digging the big-ass box. It's going to be interesting to see how to get into this thing. Where there is a will, there is a way. Oh, I think it like comes... I think I know how it works. So it's got a beautiful box with beautiful details. So yeah, let's change over cameras and get all up and close and personal and see the artwork for the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Okay, so now we're going to go through the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck and guidebook. And this is illustrated by Jenna Della Grottaglia. And there's 3 people on this deck: Alberto, Colette, and then Marcela. I'm going to say their names wrong, so it's Alberto Villaoldo, Colette Baron-Reid, and Marcela Lobos. And I'm wondering, it's by Hay House, I'm wondering if there was so many people on this. Yeah, because Colette Baron-Reid is not a shaman. And I actually have to admit, my eyebrows did get a little bit raised when I saw this deck on, gonna be honest, when I saw this deck being released, and I was like, well, I know that Colette Baron-Reid is not a shaman. So I was like, this is interesting. So it slides out like that. The box is really beautiful. So I was like, how is this gonna work? But clearly, working with 2 people who are shamans is how they've done it. So Alberto is a medical anthropologist who studies shamanic healing practices in the Amazon and Andes for more than 25 years. Marcela has been initiated in the healing and spiritual traditions of the Amazon and the Andes. That's where that comes in. So they've worked together here to create this deck. So it's a big box. A big box. It's beautifully designed. We're seeing a lot more publishers and stuff do these kinds of boxes. Before there was time, before there was language, there were sacred symbols. Okay. And we have the guidebook. So let's have a look at the guidebook, which sits in here. I love that color. Love that color hard. So a little more about the, so we have a message from the authors, introduction, how to work with the deck, and then jumps into the cards. Introduction, the law of synchronicity, the double motion of the oracle, how to work with the deck, 64 cards, how to ask a question, 1 card reading, 3 card reading, 4 card reading, medicine wheel, and then we jump into the cards. Now the design is like the layout, the design is really pretty. Kind of reminds you a little bit of like the Wild Unknown-ish there. We're going to have a look at the cards now. So then the deck comes in its own little box. It's a lot of packaging. I haven't watched any other unboxings of this deck. I know it's been out for a while because I actually like to make up my own mind and see things for the first time and have an authentic reaction. That's a lot of boxing. It's like this, with this, with this, the book, and then this. Like, that's a lot. And I also feel it's like, I get why you'd want to have the book a little bit bigger because it can help people read it, but that's a lot of, for me, that's a lot of packaging, and it may deter me from using it when I can't put the guidebook inside the box. Other people are different. We're all different. We all do things differently and have our own preferences. And as a creator, I know that you cannot please everyone, and you shouldn't try to, because you'll just drive yourself freaking nuts. But the size is beautiful. The cardstock is lovely. It's that matte finish. The backs are gorgeous. They are a little reversible. Like, you'd have to really think about it with that yellow being at the top or not. So it's quite a doable reverse back. I like the size. It's very standard for Colette's decks and Hay House. It is the matte finish. The cardstock is 330 GSM. And let's go through the deck. The ancient ones. Now, to be honest, the biggest draw for me for this deck, whoops, and I always knock the tripod, is the artwork. So I like Jenna Della Gratellia. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. You've done an extremely beautiful freaking job. I feel like this is the woman who's done a lot of work with Colette Baron Reid before. The Andean cross. I know all about the Andean cross because I spent time in South America and Peru. I learned all about it. The artwork is really stunning. The arrow, and it has that very cohesive sort of feel with her other decks, like the Wisdom Oracle. I don't have the Good Tarot, but I've seen artwork of it, and it reminds me of that as well. Beauty Way. The Beloved. The Blade. The Child. So gorgeous. I really love the artwork. The Circle. Completion. It's a really rich palette. The Corn. The Council. The Coyote. The Coyote. The Crow. The Curse. Interesting. The Drum. The Eagle. Earth. The Earth Keeper. That's so beautiful. Fire. Flow. The Gatherer. It's gorgeous. Ghost Dance. The Giveaway. The Heart of Sky. It's so gorgeous. I'm really glad I waited to see these for myself. Although I have seen them on Instagram, so I've just been like, look away. The Holy Mountain. The Hummingbird. The Hunter. Jaguar. Oh, wow. The Journey, that may be my favourite card so far. Wow, wow, wow. Lightning. The Lower World. Luminous Warrior. Magic. Many Paths. Medicine Wheel. Middle World. The Moon. The Mystical Shaman. So pretty. The Owl. My Totem Animal. Pachamama. The Rainbow. The Rainmaker. The Rattle. The Sacrifice. And they do still sacrifice things in the Andes. The Seer. Well, they did in Bolivia anyway, from what I experienced. The Serpent. The Smoky Mirror. Interesting that that's an Asian image. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just interesting. The Sorcerer, considering the Andean connection with the two people who worked on it with Colette. Soul Retrieval. The Spiral. The Staff. It's also going to be interesting to see just how life, death, decay, less like, I don't want to say fluffy, but maybe fluffy, the Standstill. Because a lot of Colette Baron-Reid stuff is a little more on the gentle side, and shamanism is about true balance. The Sweat Lodge is about facing the hard stuff, the shadow, the dark night of the soul, taming the wind. It is about sacrifice and the cycles of life, death, decay, rebirth, and some of those things can tend to get a little bit heavy for certain creators. Thunder. So it's going to be interesting to read the book. The Time Master. The Tree of Life. Upper World. The Vision Quest. That's beautiful. Water. Wild Woman. Wind. And The Witness. So the artwork is really stunning. Like I said, I said yes to this deck because of the artwork. I have, as I mentioned, I've spent time in South America. I spent time in the Andes. I spent time in outside villages with people who still live the way they have been for a very long time. I've spent time in the Amazon rainforest. I've done shaman training. So it's going to be interesting to see what they have written. And I'm sure that it's done well. So they shuffle really lovely. I find with the matte ones, and this is not like a negative thing. They don't fan out very well. It's just because of the actual lamination. Okay, I'm going to pick one, and we'll have a look at the guidebook. Soul retrieval. And you can see it's so beautiful. You can almost kind of stare into that and see different things. So like I can see like a little animal there, even though I don't think that's meant to be. It looks like a little monkey. So I like that you could probably do a little bit of vision work with this deck. So number 49. Oh my gosh, I literally opened the page to that. I crap you not. The essence, the invitation, and the medicine. So some questions here. When did you compromise what you truly believe in, or to be loved or accepted by someone? Vow never to compromise your integrity. Okay, so I'm going to read about soul retrieval. Soul retrieval is a practice that helps you recover a part of yourself, your energy, your enthusiasm, or your innocence that you have lost. At first, we use soul retrieval to recover from our hurts and to heal our childhood wounds, and later we learn to journey to recover our original nature, that self that left the Garden of Eden, who still speaks to the rivers, the trees, and to God. When we return to Eden, we are whole again. So I can just tell from that, and I have got no problem with things like the Garden of Eden, Christianity, you know, whatever floats your boat. That's a very interesting direct correlation there between the Garden of Eden, because shamanism is less about so I'm struggling with that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe that's why I got that card, because I want to have a look. All parsley to spirit, stonemasons. Okay, I'm still gonna see if there's heart of sky. That's interesting. If anybody else has read this, and that was kind of my only concern, is that it may feel a bit disjointed with maybe the creators and what they wanted to do, and having it more commercial. I'd love to hear from other people who've worked with this deck. Am I being too harsh? Have I got that wrong? Again, the artwork is stunning, and I will definitely use the deck, and I will use the deck probably less with the guidebook than with it, and with my own training. Like the smoky mirror. Just want to see. Tell me what you think, everybody. So there's no sort of thing about why that image was used as the smoky mirror. And again, it's no problem to use an image that is clearly Asian, because you do have people who traveled all over the world, especially considering those continents. But again, that's a very Asian statue. I didn't see anything like that when I traveled in South America. So it's just, I feel like it might be a little disjointed, but it is stunning. It's a beautiful deck. I love to hear what you think. Whoops, knocked the camera again. Love to hear what you think. I'll leave a link at where you can get this deck if you like it below. And thank you as always for watching.